Hi guys, we're having a few technical issues today. I think the phone's come down with a horrible cold, just like me. So if there's anyone out there, give us a wave and say hi so that we know our connection's back on. Yeah, as we've mentioned, we've got James here today. MadeForMums does have a dad.
Hi, I'm James, part of the MadeForMums team, kind of the only dad on the team,
Yeah.
I think. I'm a token dad. Father of three, got 2 5-year-old twins, and a 3-year-old girl called Maya.
What are the twins called, James?
Good point. They are called Sophia and Jack.
Twins have names too.
They do, Sophia, Jack and Maya. Yeah, lovely little family. It keeps me very busy.
Yeah.
And gives me some good experience to talk about parenting, which is good.
Yeah, brilliant. And actually, so now thinking, because I'm only a mum of one, so hi Stacey, hi, glad you're back. So we were at the toy fair yesterday, which was lots of fun. It's in Kensington, just around the corner from where we are, and it's more for trade. People sort of toy makers sharing their wares and their latest toys. But I mean, with 3, James, you must have like a couple of rooms full of just toys.
Yeah, and it's funny going around the toy fair yesterday because you see all these new innovations and new toys that are there, and actually it's the old classic favourites that my children like to go and play with. So last night I came home. My son, classic boy, is playing with his Lego Duplo, and my girls were sitting there playing teachers with their baby dolls.
Oh.
And despite all these cool different innovation toys they've got, which they always get really excited about and they play with, they always go back to the classics. Yeah. It's always quite interesting to see how they sort of flip between those different toys.
Yeah. What do you guys think? We'd love to know. I mean, I was there, and for me, the Fuzzy Felt, because I loved Fuzzy Felt, and now they're doing My Little Pony Fuzzy Felt, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to buy that immediately. Yeah, nice to see you, Stacey. Hi. We've got someone gutted we couldn't make the toy fair. It was amazing, I've got to say, guys. We bumped into Iggle Piggle, Upsy Daisy. They're all great in real life. Really nice people.
Don't say much, do they?
Don't say a lot. No. They must have been very hot. Hi Claire, we don't see you, but we see your name. So, and I have to say that, and also my favourite was, I never had one, but you know the dolls' heads that are really big and you do their hair and makeup?
Yeah, I do. I have sisters growing up, I remember them, like Girls' World type thing.
Yes, Girls' World, that's the one. And I was like, it's all that old. Stacey Ann, she says, arts and crafts, being creative. Hi, Shireen. Yeah, I mean, they did have sort of crazy robotic things that did something every time, you know, motion sensors and all that business, didn't you? But I have to say, for me, it was all the old-fashioned stuff.
I get quite excited about some of the new stuff, so I get excited about... there are some really good creative products for the children. So my kids really like art and craft. They really like to try and use their imagination, make stuff up. And there was a product there called Stickbot, which I thought was fantastic. It was these little figurines that you could put into their own positions. You put them on a green screen background, and then you use your phone to select different backgrounds and make your own short stop animation films.
Wow.
And I think for children to be able to use their imagination and make those things come to life, for me, I thought that's really exciting. Something I could see my children actually using quite a lot. So that could be on their birthday list for this year, I think.
And you love the kinetic sand, didn't you, as well, James? Last year you did.
I'm a big fan of the sand,
it's
albeit
pricey, though.
it is really pricey.
Yeah,
and
don't get a lot for your buck, do you?
They got some Sands Alive, which is a similar one for Christmas. And whilst it's really cool, it's one of those things that actually is really messy. And as a parent, what you quite like is their toys that come out that can go away quite easily. Yeah. And with something like the sand and the messy play, it becomes much more difficult to be able to then kind of manage that process.
And actually our mums, Stacey, Shireen, Bethany, hi guys, they're all saying they like the traditional toys. And I have to say, I'm with that, not least because the robots and all this business can cost you like up to 100 quid or over 100 quid. And then, you know, half an hour later they're stuck under the sofa and you never see them again. Traditional, yeah, lots of you are saying that. So really interesting. I had to say, because my eyes lit up when I saw a giant Care Bear. So I know I'm definitely in the retro camp when it comes to toys. Traditional, most of our toys are wooden. Hi Laura, we love the wooden stuff.
Yeah, Care Bear's probably slightly a bit more tradition, right?
Yeah, well, it's retro though, isn't it?
It is retro.
So guys, this is the price because virtual reality is big, and this is what we've got to give away today for anyone who if you're a lucky winner and you comment at the show or at some point in the day today. It's a Viewmaster, so you sort of put it on. You'll need a smartphone to get it working, and then we've got a couple of lovely National Geographic scenes. We've got a wildlife pack. which has all the outback and all the animals. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? If you can't afford safari, guys, don't. Oh no, Charlotte's saying she loves the tech gadgets. Hi Joanna, and destinations as well, which could really just bring the world to life for little ones. Actually, I mean, my daughter knows the Statue of Liberty from the news and all that business, but then she'd actually be able to. Yeah, they're great, aren't they, guys? We love them. So this is scenes and stories, Sarah says, with her Barbie doll, and love the green screen idea. I have to say, having a husband who's a director, I think that might be on our list for Christmas actually. But I don't know if my daughter would get a chance to play with it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Whenever it's the same with me with Lego at home with the kids, we sit down and we play it together. I'm kind of like, no, I want to build the house. This is how the house needs to be built. And we kind of struggle to get me away from it a little bit. Yeah.
No, great. Really good comments, guys. I'm just looking at all the comments, and you're all saying there's a mix of electric and traditional. It's definitely not clear cut. Now, talk about dad, seeing as we've got you in. James, Mel Gibson has become a dad for the 9th time. He's had a little baby called Lars. So it's his current partner's first baby. You've got 3, but you first were twins. You didn't have a choice if you were going to have one.
So you're right. We had no choice of going from 0 to 1. It was 0 to 2 straight away. Personally, I'm one of 3. My wife's one of 3. 3 was always in our heads.
Yeah.
And after having twins as well for the first time, there was also a bit of the process where we really enjoyed being pregnant. You enjoyed that whole process.
Yeah. And you've actually only done it once.
You've actually done it once.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice to go back and do that again. And actually, we would both love to have more children. Once we've kind of had 3, we're like, well, let's go for 4.
Oh, really?
But we made the decision not to.
Okay.
Because
thought we had an announcement there.
Well, no, there's no exclusives on this. My wife would kill me.
Hi, Emily. Two boys, sorry.
It's more about financials and logistics.
Yeah.
Literally, it's very difficult to be able to manoeuvre 3 children very close together. There's only 2 years apart from all 3 of them. To fit them in a car together, to be able to move them around and take them places, do things like swimming lessons, learn to ride a bike. It's quite difficult to have that one-on-one time, and then the financial situation. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that was one where the head ruled the heart. The heart said, let's go for more. The head said, actually, let's make the most of the children we've got.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love
9.
No, well, one girl, one boy. I'd love to know what you guys, how many you have, if it's how many you want, if you're planning to have more. I'm an absolute dedicated single mother, i.e. mum of just 1 child, and my husband wanted more and pushed, and I was absolutely adamant that I'm very happy with 1. I can just about manage her on a good day. 2, I can, and I'm one of 4, and he's one of 3, so it's not, and all my siblings have 2 or 3 children. Yeah. But for me, one is the perfect number. But you do get that, oh, you're not having another, or oh, that's a shame, only child. And I hope that's changing. So I'd love to know from any of you who have chosen just to have 1 child, and also any of you who are only children, whether you found it to be, whether you'd rather have had some siblings, or whether you actually enjoyed the attention that you got from your parents. See, we've got 3 for us. Oh, then we got him sorted.
Okay, so I'm not making. Getting sorted. That's
I had 2, then waited 12 years and had 2 more. Wow, that's a great idea, because then you've got the babysitters and the older children, haven't you, to look after the younger ones?
That is a very romantic idea. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Claire, she's saying I get asked all the time if we're having another. Stacey Ann, I was an only child growing up, and you've got a boy and a girl, and Shireen's thinking about a second. So really, really interesting. But for Mel, he's on number 9, so he obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's quite high.
Shireen says she doesn't want her son to be an only child. So, and then Bethany says my son was an only child for 7 years, so he's kind of had
a bit of both.
2 things, which is quite interesting. And Stacey's hoping to have, says she'd love 1 more. Really, really interesting. Thanks for your comments, guys. And I think we've just had a notice to say that this is our most commented on ever parenting live show, which is good, isn't it? High five. Well done, James. It's getting a dad on for you. Here we go. Now, we'll move on swiftly. We've got a couple more stories. One of the biggest stories we've covered on MadeForMums recently, it's huge because it's about sleep and getting your children to sleep. It's a mum whose toddler miraculously started to sleep well when she gave him a banana before bed.
Yep.
So, guys, have you got any tips like that? Anything that really works for the... anything unusual that you've got? I've heard lettuce. If anyone knows about this idea of lettuce
I've
before
never had
bed...
lettuce. The banana thing was something we tried, and
Oh, you
actually it
did?
worked really well.
Oh,
and,
did
and,
it?
and what we felt was actually they've got a full stomach. We generally
Yes.
find they go to sleep
Yes.
really well.
Yeah.
And so it's trying to make sure that actually we stuck with a good routine, and after that made sure they're really full, and
Yeah.
they all slept really well.
Yeah.
Everyone has a few bad nights, and it's very easy to slip into a bad routine, and you have
Yeah.
to remind yourself to kind of slip back into it.
Because I guess sometimes then they have the bad nights, so then they wake up late.
Yeah.
So then they're going to bed later, and
Yeah.
you get out of sync a little bit.
And you have to be flexible. There's times, certainly with twins in the early days, where you try to be so regimented in terms of routine because you want that structure and you want to be able to make sure it works. But actually, what you have to realise, you have to be flexible. You have to have those nights where, you know, you're with family and friends, or it's Christmas and the children stay up later, and actually making sure they can sleep in a little
Yeah.
bit in the morning, and that really helps.
Keely tried the banana thing, she said it worked for her. And
Yeah.
thanks, Elizabeth. Elizabeth has popped the link to the story up at the bottom of the post. So if you haven't read it, be sure to have a look.
Bananas are good any time.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that in the cold winter months, I tend to do sort of quite stodgy puddings, so apple pie and custard and those sorts
Yeah.
of things. Because it's the full tummy and the warm,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
everyone's sneezy after they've had
Yeah.
a nice big pudding. Toddlers are the same, aren't they?
Can I come to yours for dinner? Some apple pie and custard. That's
My husband doesn't get any. it's purely for my daughter to get to go to sleep. Right, we're going to move on, guys. So this is another interesting little topic. Sorry, I've got the wrong spice.
Jerry spice.
Jerry spice. Ginger spice.
Ginger spice,
Thank
Jerry
you.
spice, Jerry Horner.
Ginger spice, now Horner.
Horner.
Was Halliwell.
Yep.
So she has had a second child, and she's called him Montague George. And there's rumours that George might be named after George Michael, who was a good friend. We don't know if that's true, but she's already said that she's going to be calling him Monty. So even though she's got this name of Montague, she's
straight
yeah,
into abbreviated version
yeah.
straight away.
So that's quite interesting. So I'd love to know from our mums, did you choose a name knowing that people might shorten it? Did you go for a shortened version or quite a long name, giving your child the option to shorten? What do you think about that? So you've got Jack.
So we've got the other one. We've got Jack, who is
Yeah.
known as Jack.
So you've got a longer name.
Which is quite a common thing with Jacks anyway, but it's quite weird to then flip it the other way around.
Yeah.
Sophia occasionally gets abbreviated to Fia, and that's mainly because when
Fia,
Jack,
that's unusual.
Jack was first trying to say a name, he would say Fia.
So we've got Bethany saying this is a current debate. Bethany, tell us more. We'll try and grab the. We'll try and find out what you're. We've got. So we've got Joshua, who's Josh.
I actually think it's funny when you have your own perception of what the name's going to be and how it's going to turn out. When we named our third Maya, she spelled Maia, and we hadn't realised how difficult that would be for people to see it and then to say her name.
Yeah.
Because for us it felt really obvious, but actually she gets called Maya, Mia,
Well, yeah.
and now she corrects it, says no, it's Maya.
Yeah.
I'm Maya.
Well, that is
Because
an
the A
unusual
was
spelling,
can.
though, isn't
It
it?
is an unusual spelling,
M-A-I-A.
But it was a spelling that we always knew. So it's kind of weird how you start to see it through other people's eyes once it comes to life, and you don't always realise that until you name them.
Yeah, we've got some really interesting comments on this. Tyler and Mason, shortened to Ty and Mace.
Nice.
But I think it's quite... I mean, my daughter's Bodie Ray, and I get in trouble from my husband for just calling her Bodie. And
So it's
sometimes
the full
I call
name,
her
Bodie Ray?
It's Bodie Ray. It's two separate words, no hyphen, but my husband's very insistent that she's Bodie Ray, and he's told all the teachers at school that she's Bodie Ray.
Yeah.
If I call her Bodie, but woe betide, I've also started calling her Bo quite a lot. And I get big eye rolls because she's Bodie Ray. It's a bit of a mouthful. I mean, even I can admit to that.
Are you eventually going to get down just to B?
Well, no, this is the thing. With that long name, she can decide,
Yeah.
can't she? So she can call herself Bo, or she can
Yeah.
call herself Ray, or Bodie, or B Ray, or B Rizzle.
I mean, it's funny because growing up, James, in my generation, I was in a school of 30 children in my class, 15 were boys, probably 5 were called James.
Yeah.
It was such a common name back then. But I didn't like being called Jim or Jamie. Now, my mum could get away with calling me Jim Bob. Because mums can get away with anything.
And Bethany's saying here that Bethany, you don't like names that can be shortened. I mean, yeah, unless you I mean, I do actually have a friend who's called A.
Just
Her baby's called A.
I think it's
an Irish, no, it's an Irish spelling, so it's like AIDGH, but it's A, and like you really can't get shorter than that.
And I think you'll find that friends and family will always want to put a play on it because it personalises the relationship a little bit too.
Well, that's true.
You know, so they'll always try and overextend it or shorten it just to try
Something
and create
that's
that
their thing. It's like a connection, isn't it? So, but it does. I mean, we've done this story before, and it really is a bugbear for a lot of parents when they've given a child a name, and other people decide to call. I mean, I know one of our mums upstairs has a friend who. The mother didn't like the grandchild's name. It was like Harriet or something. She just decided to call her Emily. That totally random name, had nothing to do with it, just because she decided she didn't like the name.
Really?
Yeah. So.
It's a bit extreme.
What does look? Ellis, everyone, Joe. Yeah. So there's a lot of. My brother's Christopher, and my mum will shout at people who call him Chris. Says Leanne. Yeah. It's a really big bugbear for people because you spend a lot of time and effort deciding on a name, don't you, I guess?
Yeah, you do. And again, it's one of the most personal things that you do as a parent in terms of naming your child. And then when somebody chooses, without your permission, to call them something very different, that feels quite a interference in terms of your decision-making, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and Stacey saying, your name gets shortened, Stacey. I'm guessing to Stace.
Stace.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And if they don't shorten it, they'll lengthen it, won't they? So, Stacey doesn't mind. So that's good. But I know a lot of people definitely don't appreciate it. So, guys, I'm going to just show you our prize once more because we're gonna head off in a little bit. But this is it. So this is fantastic, this Viewmaster. How cool. And as I said, you need a smartphone to work it, and we're not going to be sending that along with it. So hopefully you'll have one at home. And then I know you'll love looking at these. Have another little. Ooh, look at that! Isn't that fantastic? Here we go. And as I say, I want to do Safari one day, but I might just have to settle for this. We've got still. It's beautiful, isn't it, Danielle?
Good way to experience it.
Yeah, beautiful. Really, really nice. So. Well, good luck, guys. You're going to be in with a chance. You've commented, so you're in with a chance already, and we'll announce the winner at the top of this post tomorrow morning. But for now, I think we're going to say goodbye.
Yep.
But thanks for being on, James.
Thanks for having me.
First celebrity dad. Let us know actually which celebrity dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dad.
Yeah, just dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which celebrity dad would
I know
you like?
you find me a celebrity.
I do.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Which celebrity dad would you guys like to see on the show next? And we'll see if we can make it happen. We can't promise anything. We haven't got a budget, but you never know.
I can dress up.
You can. David Beckham, Tom Hardy, just throwing a few out there, but we'll do our best. But thanks ever so much, and we'll let you know the winner tomorrow. And have a good evening, guys. Okay. Good luck, everyone. Bye, guys.
Bye.